Okay, hi everybody. I hope you've had a great day. I just trying to get this camera. I don't know if I like it sideways or not. I never know where to look in the camera because it's like over this way. But anyway, hi Brittany, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Hey Jonathan, I'm glad you're on. It is good. I wish I could see you. I'm glad you're on, and I'm so excited. Your mom has kept me updated on your new job, and I'm very happy for you. Okay, so while I'm kind of waiting for people to get on, I just want to let you know what's going on today. Hi. It was a great evening to be out walking, and my grandson is playing football, so I had the chance to go down to the park tonight and not only see him playing football, but probably about 300 other elementary boys who were all down there with their parents playing football tonight. So it was a great time to see everybody and see the boys. They're working hard already, and they're all excited. I'm amazed. They don't mind wearing the equipment and getting out there and doing it. So it was fun. It was fun to see them. I also had the chance to go to a chiropractor today. I've never been to one in my entire life, but I found this holistic chiropractor in Alliance, and it really was good to sit down and talk to her about my wellness journey and the things that I'm wanting to do to keep my body healthy. And so, if you're interested in that, just contact me and I'll give you her name. But I was very pleased with that. It went well, and I know I'm on the right track. So those are a couple of things I've been doing today. And, I started back to work today. Hi, Chelsea. So, yes, the school is right around the corner, even though it is the middle of summer. Minerva will start in 3 weeks, I believe. So I was back to work today. I enjoy that as well. I love being the assistant principal at the elementary. I love seeing all the kids. And then my second big love is, of course, Young Living. So anyway, tonight I want to talk to you a little bit about our way of life. The products that we buy and the medicines that we take, and then also the foods that we eat. I'm 56 years old, and I've never known any different. It's just what we are trained, what we've grown up with. We trust our food to be good for us. We trust our medicines to be good for us, and we also trust all those products that we buy to be good for us. When I had small children, I just trusted that the talc baby powder was good for my children, for my girls. We just trust that these products are good. But what's happening is that we're finding out that our bodies are overloaded with chemicals. So my story a little bit is that my whole adult life, I have really worked very hard at trying not to gain weight. I certainly can't lose weight. I've never been able to lose weight, but I've worked very hard just to kind of maintain the weight I have. And if I just didn't watch calories, and I'm talking for the last 25 years, if I didn't watch my calorie intake and what I was doing, I'd probably weigh about 300 pounds. And I never really could figure that out because I was almost, jealous of people that could, sorry about that. I was, why could other people just eat and eat and eat, but I can just look at food and gain weight? So, I've always wondered about that. And then when I would try to diet, I really couldn't lose weight. I would count my calories. I would eat what I thought was healthy foods. For a long time, I had no idea, though, that the diet foods were unhealthy because we were told that the diet foods are healthy for you. And, of course, all the sugar substitutes that are absolutely horrible for us. In the beginning, we were told that that was good for you. We were told that it was good to be on a low-fat diet, but what they didn't tell you is if you ate the low-fat foods that you bought in the store, it had a lot of sugar in it. And so just being misled along the way. to complicate things, my thyroid gave out on me in 2012, and probably really around 2011, maybe even 2010. 2 years prior to that, I was feeling terrible. I was exhausted all the time. I had body aches all the time, but I really didn't want to do anything about it because I knew other people that were going on medications, and I really wasn't into taking medications, so I just suffered with it. But in talking with my gynecologist one day, she suggested that was probably my thyroid. And so I did have my thyroid tested, and it was. And I do take Synthroid for my thyroid. And ever since then, that has been a big game changer for me as far as not being achy and tired, because I even thought at one point I might have fibromyalgia. So anyway, but I did not know that the chemicals that we're putting in our bodies, the toxins that we put on our skin, are actually causing these problems. I did not know that. And last night, when I was talking to you about, what great lengths Young Living goes to create pure oils, Gary Young realized this. He knew this 25 years ago. He realized that that these chemicals in our products and these toxins that are in our products cause our bodies harm. And so his big goal, again, was to make sure that he created a pure product that had none of these things, because he knew that if it was unadulterated, it was pure, that our bodies have a chance to heal. He understood that our bodies are fearfully and wonderfully made, and God created them to be able to heal. So he understood the SAD diet. They call it the SAD diet. The standard American diet is the SAD diet. He understood that all of our health and beauty products and most of our cleaning products, or all of them, can cause the body harm. So like I said last night, and as Carol corrected me, it is purpose before profit. He was always about making a healthy lifestyle, a healthy product that we could follow. So let's talk a little bit about some of these things that can cause us damage that I never really knew about until just recently in the last 2 years. And hindsight is 20/20, isn't it? Because then you think, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known this. I could have gone back and made changes. However, I will say that one of my daughters developed eczema and a rash due to makeup. And this was quite a few years ago, probably a good 10 years ago. And she was really struggling to figure out what to do, and wearing clean makeup and finding things. And even then, it didn't hit me that it was her body being overloaded with chemicals. I didn't know that at the time. I just thought, oh wow, that's a shame that she's allergic, because that's what we think. Oh well, you're allergic to this or you're allergic to that. But really what it is that your body is overloaded. Your body is overloaded. So let's talk a little bit about endocrine disruptors. I love this. This is Dr. Oliver Winkle. He is one of the top homeopathic doctors out there, and he worked directly with Gary Young and was actually one of Gary Young's doctors. But here's what he says about the endocrine disruptors. They're the silent killers. According to the Environmental Working Group Cosmetics Database, an average person in the United States uses 9 personal care products each day. Yeah, I remember that, Cassidy, about your eczema. Okay, so 9 personal care products each day containing a total of 126 unique chemical ingredients. More than 25% of all women and 1 out of 100 men use at least 15 personal care products daily. This is an issue around the world in the more developed countries. We're talking about, just your basics, your shampoo, your conditioner, your deodorant. People, deodorant's bad for you. Deodorant's bad for you. Young Living has a really good deodorant. Lotion, cream, cologne, perfume, and cosmetics. Most of these things are applied before breakfast. The study by the Environmental Working Group detected 287 chemicals in the umbilical cord blood of newborns, 180 of which are known to cause cancer in humans or animals, 217 of which are toxic to the brain and nervous system, and 208 of which cause birth defects. So this is pretty alarming too, that our children, first of all, our adult bodies are so overloaded with chemicals and toxins that we're now passing it on to children. And I will say, in my 25 years, I'm starting my 25th year of education, I have seen a big change in the health of children. When in my first couple of years, we didn't see really that many unhealthy children. And now children are coming to us in groves with all kinds of health problems. And it just makes you wonder, It makes you wonder, especially when you read something like this. The toxins and harsh chemicals are known to be endocrine disruptors, which means that they change the type and level of hormones in your body. In fact, chemicals are also known as xenoestrogens. Xeno from ancient Greek means foreign or from the outside, and estrogens are the main female hormones. Xenoestrogens absorb into the body, they attach to the estrogen receptor sites, and they change the way your body works. So, what happens is these chemicals get in there, they attach to the cell, and then the hormones that our body is making can't attach to the cell. And now that results in hormonal problems for you, for me. All kinds of things, mood swings, foggy thinking, pain, just all kinds of things that can be caused from hormone disruptions. Hot flashes is another one if you're older. And it affects men. It really affects men as well. Several studies looked at the effects of pesticides and herbicides and fertilizers in the waterways and found an almost complete lack of male fish. And you've probably heard of that in the news. I know I have, that it's becoming a big problem with the fish in our streams because these endocrine disruptors are actually changing the male fish to be more female. So what's it doing to the fish? What's it doing to us? These endocrine disruptors are disastrous to the environment. We humans are causing this destruction by completely underestimating the impacts of these chemicals. A huge body of medical literature describes the negative effects of the xenoestrogen chemicals on male and female reproductive health. And this is another big thing that in my lifetime I've seen a huge issue with. When I was in my 20s and even in my teens, it didn't seem like people had trouble getting pregnant. But over the past few decades, we have seen a steady decline in human fertility. More couples struggle to have children than ever before, and when they do finally procreate, they pass on genetically changed information to their offspring. So, another big concern. Another thing that I really didn't know until I read this is it's called obsogenetic. It's the fat-inducing chemicals. So, growing number of human studies conducted over the last 10 years show that these chemicals are being important cofactors in the increasing rate of obesity around the world. They're called obsogenic chemicals or fat-inducing chemicals. In other words, it's really not our fault that so many of us struggle with weight. So if you're a person that's struggling with your weight, it's not your fault. These chemical or fat-inducing chemicals, these toxins, might also predispose individuals to gain weight despite their efforts to limit calorie intake and increase levels of physical activity. Another reason why you really need to look at what you're consuming. Let's see what else that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so we have the endocrine system. Now let's talk about fragrance. So, or I guess I want to say the endocrine disruptors. The endocrine disruptors, those things can be found in all kinds of products with shampoos, conditioners, all of the lotions that you put on your body. Even the dash of your car gives off a toxin that plastic. It can be an endocrine disruptor as well. So some things we can control, other things not so much. But let's talk about fragrance. Fragrance is a term that the United States has allowed the companies to use, and they say that you can just list fragrance on whatever, your Bath and Body Works, your perfume, anything, and you don't have to list all of the chemicals that you put into that. So if you go in tonight and you look through your under your cabinet or in your bathroom, and you just start looking at your products, look to see how many list fragrance. So fragrance is a little bit concerning because we don't exactly know what all is there. But just know that it is a ton of chemicals that United States has allowed the corporations to use. Fragrance, let's see, let me turn here. A single synthetic fragrance in a product can contain hundreds of chemicals, some of which react with the ozone in ambient air to form dangerous secondary pollutants. And then here's something that's a little bit concerning. An occupational cleaner, somebody who cleans as their occupation, they actually have an accelerated decline in lung function due to the exposure to the toxins in the commercially available cleaning products. So that was a study done. And they actually measured this compared to cigarettes. So in other words, the daily use of toxic household products to clean your home is as bad as smoking a pack of cigarettes every day for 20 years. That's if you use a lot of cleaners. If you're a person that does that for a living, commercially. But just even us, just myself, cleaning the bathroom, I used to hate to clean with those products. I'd actually hold it over my hand over my nose so I wouldn't breathe in the Clorox or the Lysol or whatever I was using at the time. I used something too to help get the rust off the tub that just, would nearly make it so I couldn't breathe. So anyway, you want to pay attention to that. And then let me go on here real quick. Antibacterial soap. We've been told that antibacterial soap is really, really good, and they flooded the market with it. You've seen all the commercials, but in all actuality, it's not that good for us. The director of the FDA Center for Drug Evaluation and Research stated that consumers may think antibacterial washes are more effective at preventing the spread of germs, but we have no scientific evidence that they are better than plain soap and water, and that data suggests that antibacterial ingredients may do more harm than good over the long term. Our skin is the largest organ. It is a complex and dynamic ecosystem. And when we start putting on this antibacterial soap onto our skin, we cause rapid changes in the microbial communities. Sorry, I should have practiced that word. With the potential for negative effects on your skin. So we know now that antimicrobial drugs and topical applications can alter skin bacterial families in a significant way. So so not only is it hurting the tops of our skin, but it's what's going inside our body. So I think you get the idea that there's a lot out there, and later on in the week I'll talk about ways that we can start to help our bodies with getting rid of some of the chemicals. One more thing that I want to share with you is that this is from Sarah Harnish, and this is what she says. What happens when your body is chemically overloaded? You may see it in something as catastrophic as cancer, but most of us feel it in other ways. Lethargy, inability to focus, sleep trouble, chronic inflammation, unexplained pain, fibromyalgia, skin issues, adult acne, hormone imbalance, hot flashes, stress, anxiety, and fear. If you face any of these issues, it's time to kick the toxic chemicals to the curb. Our bodies are amazing. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, and our bodies were made to heal itself. Our bodies were made to handle some of the toxins and things that we put in them. So, our liver is specifically designed to detox our body. Our body's designed to sweat to get out the toxins. Exercise, the muscles will process some of those toxins. Drinking water, flushing it out. However, when we're putting so many chemicals in and so many chemicals on, our body can't keep up. And that's what happens. It can't keep up. And so then we become toxic overloaded, and then we begin to have all of these health issues, and we begin to struggle. And then with all of these health issues, we turn to medications to try to make ourselves feel better. But most of those medications, as you know, have lots of side effects. They advertise the side effects all over the place. And so I think, why would I want to take that medicine for this so that I can now have a side effect? And I've had people tell me that they then have a side effect, so they take another medication to help with the side effect. And it's just an endless cycle. So there's a better way. There is a better way. It can be reversed. We can reverse all of this. We really can. Our bodies are made to heal. And so it's called the study of epigenetics, and we can change the outcome of diseases. We might be predestined because we might be predestined to inherit diabetes or to be overweight because of what our parents did early on in their lives, and they've passed it on to us. But that doesn't mean that we have to be that way. We can actually change the structure of our genes through our lifestyle. So that's the good news. So I want you to understand why Young Living went to such great lengths to bring us such pure products, because they understood that this is what we need to heal our bodies and to keep us well. And then tomorrow night, I want to talk to you about CBD oil and what Young Living is doing with that, how that's come about a little bit, some of the terms, so you understand the terms, you understand why Young Living is carrying a certain CBD oil that they are, because this will make sense to you now that you understand how pure Young Living has formulated their things, that they don't want, they go to great lengths to keep out all the man-made chemicals and toxins out of their products. So stay tuned tomorrow night. I will have to go on earlier tomorrow night if you can catch me live, probably around 7:15. So, hopefully I'll see you then. But I hope that this has been informational to you. It has been to me. I've found that over the last year or so, I've really changed a lot of what I do. Oh, I have one more thing. This is interesting. When we were at a convention, I had heard it mentioned that, and actually heard it mentioned before, but I heard it mentioned again at the convention, is that, we really don't need sunscreen. The reason we need sunscreen is because the sun shining on our skin, interacting with the chemicals inside our body and on our body, create the burn. And I just thought, wow, that's pretty crazy, really. And I heard it, didn't think much about it really, just went along my way. But on the last day that we were there, we went to Park City. And I forgot to pack my Young Living sunscreen. I had it in the hotel room, but I didn't take it with me. It was 101 degrees. So we're up here in Park City. We get out, the sun is beating down, it is hot, and I almost felt like my skin was burning, my shoulders, my arms. And I asked the girls I was with, say I have sunscreen. Even Darla was searching through her bag because she thought she had sunscreen. No. And so then I thought, we went into a store. I even saw some there, but it was Banana Boat, and I didn't want to buy that stuff because I know how terrible it is for you. And so I just kept thinking, well, I'm out in the sun, and you guys, I'm light skinned. I mean, I do burn. So I just thought, well, it's going to be okay. As soon as I get back to the hotel, I will put Lavaderm on, and I'll put lots and lots of lavender on it, and we'll be fine. I never burned at all. I wasn't even red. I was not red. And we were out in the sun for several hours, probably 1 hour just on the ski lift going up the side of the mountain with no shade, because I kept thinking, I'm burning, I'm burning. No, I'm not burning, I'm not burning. But I have to wonder, because it's been a year, maybe even 18 months, that I have not used any other products but Young Living on my skin. And I really have changed my diet. My skin is cleared up. I no longer have the eczema. I no longer have the hives. So I'm not recommending, here clearly, I am not recommending don't go without sunscreen. Use Young Living sunscreen. Use it, but it just makes me wonder, I heard those people say that at convention, and I thought, wow, is that really true, And I will continue to use sunscreen, but I just want you to know I did not burn that day, and I thought I should have. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow night for CBD oil. See you soon.